our home planet, Earth, it's huge to us, but in comparison with other moons and stars and planets, it's actually very, very small. Our sun, let's say it is about the size of a basketball. Earth, compared to that, would be about the size of the head of this pencil. So, but our sun is huge to us, but in comparison to another sun, let's say Arcturus, which is about 40 million light years away from us, that, let's say that is the size of the basketball. Our Earth is going to be about the size of a pea, our sun would be about that size, about the size of maybe the tip of my pinky. Tropical rainforests make up 3% of our globe, but over half of our species are all found in tropical rainforests. Over 90% of the livable space on our Earth is covered with water. The biggest animal that exists today or ever has existed is the blue whale, and it weighs more than 200 tons and is twice the size of any dinosaur that has ever lived. The most current estimated guess is that there's about 100 to 200 billion galaxies in our entire universe. But most recently, a German supercomputer simulated that there's actually more like 500 billion galaxies in our entire universe. So now, this that I'm going to be showing you is called Vampire Oteuthis, and it's actually called, people would like to call it the vampire squid from hell, and it's a cephalopod, which is like, it's actually the mollusk family, but it's an octopus. And I think that it's super cool because it has these bioluminescent bacteria pockets all over its legs, and so when it's scared, these light up and it swirls around to scare away its predators. So I'm going to show you guys what he looks like. And there's not going to be any sound or anything. And the biggest one are his eyes. And so it just swirls all around like this. And it's red. And its eyes go red like that too. So it's pretty cool looking. Pretty scary. So I've been intrigued with nature for as long as I can remember. I've just loved it. I remember sitting in front of the TV watching Nova or National Geographic shows by myself, and my family would tease me, and just because I loved it so much, but it just really interested me. And they would hear me oohing and awing and making all kinds of comments during the whole thing, and I'd run upstairs and I'd tell them everything that I had learned, but they saw that this was something that I really loved and that I was really passionate about. So they encouraged me in anything that I wanted to do. So I, at one point, wanted to be a marine biologist. I wanted to be a zoologist. I wanted to be an astronaut. And they were like, whatever you want to do, go ahead, do it. The moments when I felt closest to God have been times when I've been out in His creation, just standing and observing. A brisk morning walk, maybe outside, when it's just the forest is covered in mist and the light is peering through the trees. The animals around me making noises, and to me, I always thought that it was all of that together praising God and glorifying God, and I thought that was really cool. Isaiah 55:12 says, "The mountains and hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands." I am continually amazed when I look at the beauty and complexity of the world that we live in, and just how there's thousands of different species of animals, and how everything has a purpose and a meaning, and nothing just happens. Anytime I discuss nature or space or creation, anything like that, my mind it goes directly to Romans 1. And especially like if I'm outside looking up at the night sky, I think of this passage, and it says, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse." And basically what this says is, from the beginning of time, if you went and stood outside and you looked around, you would have no excuse to not know that there was a God. And that's what happens with me. I look around me at everything that the Lord has made, and I just am blown away. My breath is just taken away, because God just made such a wonderful planet, and it's for us. Being out in nature, I feel that is an amazing time of connection with my soul to God, and I worship when I'm outside, and I just feel close to God then, and I feel that as if I'm joining in with the animals and the rocks and the trees in glorifying God in times like that. In closing, I wanted to read Psalm 98, 7 through 9. "Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord.